really, this is a great night for us, and certainly we appreciate all your support, and we really do appreciate everybody that went down to the Music City Bowl. You know, we've been on the road ever since, but they tell me we had 35,000 people there, and our players believe we had home field advantage, so thank you very much. There's a lot that goes into the recruiting process, but ever since the last 3 weeks, all our assistant coaches have been on the road. And what I would really like to do is have our assistant coaches' wives stand up and everybody thank them. Thank you very much. And then I'd also like to introduce my family that's here tonight. My wife, Becky, stand up, Beck. My daughter, former student athlete, golfer here at the University of Louisville, Katie Petrino. Graduate of the business program, Bobby Petrino. And my sister, Rosie, who's lives here now. You know, we're really excited about this signing class, and I really believe that this is a product of our last 3 years. You know, ever since we first went out and first got here, our coaches have got into their area, and we started looking at the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, and we went out and put a really good class together this year. The majority of these players that we're signing, or we did sign today, had either been to last year's junior day or to our summer camps this summer, and a number of them committed early, and then we were able to hold on to it. One of the number one things we wanted to do was replenish our defense. A year ago we went out and had to sign a bunch of offensive players, a bunch of offensive linemen, receivers, a running back, quarterback, but this past year we lost a lot of really good defensive players. So we needed to go out and recruit a great class of defensive players, and I think we really did a nice job. Our assistant coaches did a great job of getting on the road, and we signed 5 defensive linemen, various, you can clap, I like that clapping, yeah. One of the things I like about our defensive linemen is we got the combination of strength, length, and speed, and that gives you a lot of position flexibility. Guys that can play in our base defense at one position and in our nickel package at another position. We were able to sign 3 linebackers. A couple of them are outside linebackers that again can play in our base package there, and the possibility of defensive end or what we call our buck linebacker and nickel. And then 4 secondary players. You're going to watch them on video here when you look at these safeties and see guys that come downhill and really do a great job of tackling, but also have the ability to cover in man coverage and be able to cover the tight end or the slot receiver, which is really important right now in college football because of all the tempo offenses that we see and all the spread offenses. You got to be able to both play zone and man and without substituting. So it's important that you have great safeties. And I'm really excited. Wait till you watch the video. You're going to like them. We went out and got another great quarterback, which was really good for us. I think you're going to like Juwan Pass. He's got a combination of size, a quick release. You know, he's got a short, quick release. Doesn't take him very long to get the ball out of his hand. You'll see some throws in here tonight that if you're 6'2", 6'1", you might not be able to make the throws that he'll make. But because of his length and size, he's able to throw the ball on a line and down the field. And he does a great job of that. And he's also a tremendous athlete. So not only can he throw the ball, but he can buy time, and he throws it on the run very well, but he also can take off and run down the field. We were able to go out and get another good group of wide receivers that I'm really impressed with. And a nice combination again, you know, a combination of some tall, long, fast receivers that can do a good job against press coverage, handle matchups, and then another shorter, quicker guy that I think when you watch the highlight tape tonight of him, he's going to remind you of one of the great wide receivers that were here in the past. And you guys can tell me who that is after you watch it. We got about 3 running backs / athletes. You know, one of the things that you do in recruiting now is a lot of high school teams will put one of their best players at the running back spot. And then they can play other positions also. So we're always going to recruit running backs. Some of them will stay at that position. Some of them will play different positions. But what we did do is went out and looked for size, physicality, and guys that could not only run the football downhill, but catch the ball and pass protect. You know, it's one of the toughest positions to play because you're involved in all aspects of it. So I'm excited about that. You know, our offensive line last year was the youngest position. We played 3 true freshmen, 2 true freshmen and a redshirt freshman on the offensive line. We did lose 1 graduate that did a great job for us. And by the way, Aaron Epps, the graduate, he graduated with his master's degree in December, which we're very, very proud of. But again, I'm really impressed with how hard our assistant coaches worked, how dedicated they were to it. You know, one of the things about recruiting is we all have an area that we go to, evaluate, make relationships with the coaches. But once we target the players, it certainly is a group and a team process in signing them. And our coaches worked endlessly, did a great job of competing, just as if we were playing in a game, because I think that's really important, that we go compete and get the best possible players we can. So what we're going to do is get started here. We're going to start with the video and then get a number of our staff up here. So you can actually see the players that we have. So here we go. Let's get started. All right, the first job we had to do